Hey guys, so I'm finally filming my review of the new, or not so new anymore, Sonia Kashuk brushes that are available at Target. So Sonia Kashuk is a brand that has been at Target for a while. They used to have makeup products, but it looks like they've discontinued those and now they have focused on brushes. So I have quite a few to share with you, so I'm going to show you what I have and then give you my thoughts on them. So the first set of brushes and tools I'm going to show you came in a Target beauty box. So Target does kind of little collections of items that they sell at a discounted price every so often. Usually at the beginning of the month they'll release a new one. So this Sonia Kashuk one was $10. So I'll show you what came in it. There was the Sonia Kashuk makeup blender. It says latex free, and this is what it looks like. I just use it so it's sturdy, and this is still slightly damp, so it's the more expanded size. So it says two surfaces, which I'm guessing is the flat side and the pointed side. Allow flexible application and blending of concealers, highlighters, contours, and foundations. It says use the pointed tip for targeted concealing and coverage in hard-to-reach areas and the flat bottom to buff in product for a smooth, seamless finish. So one of these retails for $7, or you can get two for $10. I think that's a little bit more expensive than Real Techniques brushes. So sometimes I use a sponge, but more often than not, I will just use a brush or my fingers to apply foundation. I did like how this applied, and as you'll see in the demo, I applied my foundation on this half using the sponge and on this half using one of the brushes I'm about to show you. And I've used this several times since I've received it, so I like the texture of it, but one thing I have noticed is that it does already have quite a few tears in it. I don't know if you'll be able to see. So I'm not really sold on the longevity of this product, and at $7 I think you're maybe better off getting a Real Techniques sponge or even saving up for a beauty blender. So I think aesthetically it's nice, but I just don't know about the longevity of it and the value for money. So the set also came with a pair of tweezers. These are what the tweezers look like. They're a nice gold color, so I like that. It has Sonia Kashuk written on the end, and again I think they're okay. I don't think they're as good as Tweezerman's, and these retail for $10. So I think for, again, a little bit more money you can get a pair of Tweezerman's that are much sharper and I think will last you a lot longer. I mean, these do the job, but they're not anything special. So the set came with two brushes, which I'm actually really excited about. It came with the Essential Blush Brush, which is, I think, one of the brushes I would recommend. So this is a synthetic brush. So this retails for $9. It's part of their lower priced brush line. And there is another blush brush that's part of their more expensive line that is $17. So this is only $9. I think it's really soft. It does a really good job of like picking up enough pigment and buffing it onto the skin. So for $9, I really do like this brush. I've been using it pretty often, and I use it for blush and bronzer and all those sorts of things. And I think for $9 you could definitely do a lot worse. So I also thought I would compare it to the number 29 brush, which I think has been discontinued. But this was a very popular blush brush for a while there, so I just thought I would give you an idea side by side. So I think the number 29 is bigger. And the other blush brush that they sell is angled. So this is the only kind of domed shape one that they currently make. Alright, so the last brush that came in that kit is the angled eyeshadow brush. And as you can see, the more expensive line has like this gold ferrule. It has a little gold angled logo at the tip there, and it has the name printed like so. This also has a name printed on it. So I like this brush as well, partly just because it's a very unique shape that I haven't really seen that often. You can see that the tip of it kind of forms a triangle. So as I'll show you in the demo, I really like it for kind of stamping eyeshadow over the lid, because that triangle shape is really good at getting in that inner corner. Or I guess if you wanted to flip it around and kind of stamp a darker color in the outer crease, you could do that as well. I think you could probably blend with it as well, but I just like the shape of it for stamping it like I showed you. So this retails for $13. Okay, so that was the last brush. And the final things that came in the Sonia Kashuk beauty box were some brush wipes. I might have used one of these already. So I think these are mostly just like silicone ingredients. It says, place wipe on a clean flat surface, gently swirl brush bristles on wipe to remove makeup, dry brush with a paper towel. So I'm going to take one out here. This isn't really my preferred way to clean brushes, but it'll do in a pinch. So just taking that, and I have some foundation on this brush here, and I'd say it has a light scent, but nothing too crazy. This is one of the brushes I'm going to show you in a little bit, but I think these brushes are already kind of stained, so it's definitely removing some of that product. But these types of wipes are definitely more of an emergency type situation. So that brush I just showed you, it's not really getting off a lot. I think it is getting off some in the corner there, but there wasn't a lot of buildup on this either. So that actually looks pretty good. So anyway, so if you're desperate for a product like this, I know other brands make them. I think Sephora does. Probably not something I would go out of my way to purchase versus just using like Cinema Secrets or the MAC brush cleaner or like a spray like this. This is from Sephora as well. And those are $9 for 10 wipes, which is kind of pricey when you think about it. And I wanted to just say a quick word about packaging. So both of those brushes came with a little label like this. The angled eyeshadow brush, which is the premium line, I guess, was the number 224, and it says, for powder and cream shadows, expertly applies and blends color into the eye crease. Angle helps gently blend and buff out color. Cruelty-free, 100% synthetic brush heads. And then the blush brush was the number 163. It says, for powdered blush, precisely applies blush to cheeks for beautifully smooth pops of color. Again, cruelty-free and 100% synthetic. And both of those came with these little caps to them. So the more premium line, I think Sephora packages their brushes like this too. It's like a little case that you can open, and I left the sticker with the number on it. I just kind of sliced through it so I could open it. So I'm not as concerned about keeping eyeshadow brushes in cases like this. They are, I think, nice for foundation brushes and that sort of thing if you're going to be traveling and you don't want the foundation getting over the other products in your makeup case. But you could do that if you wanted, or if you use this for concealer maybe. So the other one has a different style to it. It has a top that pops off, and then you could keep it like that if you wanted. So there are two brushes I purchased kind of a la carte, just by themselves, and those are the stippling foundation brush, which I just showed you trying to clean, and I used it to apply foundation on this side of my face. And I have used this pretty frequently. I think it does a good job. It has very kind of stiff bristles, like they don't really move around a lot. So there isn't as much flexibility to it as like one of the MAC stippling brushes, or even this one from Real Techniques. It has a lot more bend to it. So this is kind of a hybrid between those like stippling brushes and a buffing brush, which is nice. So yeah, so I have enjoyed this. It has a very thick handle, so that's just something to note. And as I showed you with the other ones, this one does come with a little case, so you could carry it like that and it would be very secure. So the other one I have here, which might need a good deep clean, is the Precision Concealer Brush. I think I just used this to apply my eyelid primer. So this is the number 130 brush, and it says, for cream and liquid concealers, precisely covers hard to reach areas to conceal dark spots, redness, and imperfections. It has a little case like so. So I don't know if I gave you the prices on those. So the stippling foundation brush is $18, which is kind of on the high end. One thing I will say is that if you are interested in these brushes, you should definitely wait until Target has some sort of promo or gift card event. I think I purchased a lot of these while they were doing a spend 20 on beauty, get a $5 gift card. So then I was able to use that gift card to purchase additional brushes. All right, and then the Precision Concealer Brush is $14. So I purchased 2 of their brush sets, and this is how they are packaged. They have a hard box and a plastic here, and this is the Flawless Foundation brush set. There are 3 brushes. This retails for $30, which is kind of on the high end. So the 3 brushes you get in the set are the Precision Foundation Brush, the Pointed Foundation Brush, and the Domed Concealer Brush. And one thing I wanted to show you, I haven't snipped it yet, but there's a little hair that's kind of sticking up there. So I think the quality leaves a little something to be desired, but again, these are kind of drugstore brushes, so I'll cut that off and it'll be fine. So of the 3 brushes in the set, the only one you can purchase individually is the Precision Foundation Brush, which is $19. So if you're thinking of purchasing this anyway, you might like to spend $11 more and get these 2. I really wanted this brush here, which is the Pointed Foundation Brush. And just to show you kind of side by side, this is the Precision Concealer Brush. And these all have a very similar shape to them, just kind of small, medium, large. But unfortunately, that one in the middle you can't purchase on its own. So I like this size and shape for like buffing and concealer, that sort of thing. It reminds me of some of these Sigma brushes. This one is a little big, I guess, depending on how quickly you wanted to buff it in. I think it would be good for like cream bronzer and that sort of thing. And then this Precision Concealer Brush, like I showed you, you can use to blend in stuff around the nose, the very inner corner, anything like that, if you really wanted to kind of get around a spot or something. So I wish they had included these little cases here for travel. Unfortunately, when you buy these sets, you don't get any sort of travel cases. You just get this packaging. Okay, so that's the Flawless Foundation Makeup Brush set. And then the last set of brushes I have to show you is the Smoky Eye Brush set, which comes with 4 brushes. I took out the inner plastic, but these ones, they just have like this inner plastic case, and then they have like those little glue dots to keep them in place. So the Smoky Eye Brush set, I think I paid $30, but right now it's $25 on the Target site, so I don't know if they changed the price or if there was a mistake or something or what. But anyway, this comes with the Universal Eyeshadow Brush, which is kind of a paddle shape. And then this just says Crease Brush. So it's kind of a longer, pretty floppy crease brush. There is a smudge brush, which looks like so. And then an angled eyeliner brush, which looks like so. So I believe the only brush you can buy individually from this set is the angled eyeliner brush, which retails for $11. They do have another smudge brush, which is $11. And then I didn't find other brushes that were decently similar to these 2. So their eyeshadow brushes range in price from about $11 to $14. So I picked up this set partly because these are shapes of brushes that I really enjoy using on my eyes. Like I show you in the demo, I use this one to kind of pat over a setting color all over my lids. I used this one to put shadow on the lower lash line. I used this one to blend shadows in the crease, and then I used this angled one to smudge out my eyeliner. But I would say for $25 you can probably do better. So just to give you kind of a side-by-side, this is the Inglot 28 PO, which I really like to pack eyeshadow onto the lid. You can see the Inglot brush is quite a bit bigger and thicker. It also has more like bend to it. This one feels a little bit stiffer. This is a natural hair brush, so if that's a problem for you, it may not be the best brush, but I do still prefer my Inglot brush. The angled eyeliner brush is fine, but just for a little angled eyeliner brush, I don't think it's anything super special. You can buy this one individually for $11, so take that as you will. And then again, these 2, the smudge brush I didn't think was anything super special, and this one I thought was a little floppy for how I like my crease brushes. So for personal preference, I really like the Real Techniques B04. especially for lighter colors where you really want to kind of diffuse it in the crease. If I have a darker or more pigmented shade, I will go in with a duo fiber tapered brush like this one. This is the MAC 286, and kind of put that in and then really blend it in. So those are my preferred brushes. So working my way backwards, the foundation set, like I showed you, I think my favorite is really this pointed foundation brush, which unfortunately you can't buy on its own. So if you really are looking for a brush like this, I would say maybe go to Sigma and see what they have versus spending $30 on the set. The precision concealer brush, like I showed you, I think it's good to have a brush this shape in your arsenal, but I don't know that you need this particular one if you have a similar one. And the stippling foundation brush, which I purchased individually, I really do kind of like this brush. Again, I don't know if you necessarily need it. You probably have a brush that does a similar job, but I definitely have enjoyed using this. So I think of all the brushes I showed you, the two I would recommend purchasing are the blush brush, which is part of their less expensive line. This is only $9, so I think that's a pretty good buy for a synthetic drugstore brush. And the angled eyeshadow brush, which is $13. So I think this brush is actually kind of unique, and it's one that I don't really have a lot of duplicates for. So again, if you have a shape like this, you might not need it, but I have been enjoying this brush and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So that is my review of some of the Sonia Kashuk brushes that you can find at Target. So let me know if you have any questions about dupes or similarities. If I have those other brushes in my collection, I would be happy to try to compare those for you. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.